Welcome to part 2 of my rental friendly kitchen renovation videos. If you haven't already checked out part 1 where I did this tile backsplash, make sure you check out that video. It will be linked below. In today's video, I'm going to be covering up these hideous countertops with this marble contact paper that I purchased from Amazon. Now, I did end up purchasing 2 different kinds of contact paper, and I will explain why later on in this video. But let me just state first that this is going to be another time lapse simply because I just really like time lapse. And then secondly, it's really self-explanatory. This is literally like working with a sticker. You just want to make sure that you are getting it as smooth as possible to make sure that you don't have any wrinkles or air bubbles, which can be a little bit tedious, but it is worth it in the end. So as you see here, I am starting in this corner and I'm starting with my first sheet of the marble contact paper. Around the rim was honestly the easiest because it's the most smallest space to work with. This paper in particular here is just was some shit. Like, it was some ass. Like, this particular paper, I'll leave it as link 1 in the description box, was $44 for the longer roll, and I think about $20 for this roll that you see me working with here. And honestly, they were just so big that it was just hard to work with. As you see, I'm getting a lot of wrinkles, I'm getting a lot of air bubbles. I had to keep pulling it up and putting it back down, and it just was a hot mess. So later on in the video, you will see that I ended up purchasing a different kind of contact paper, which was actually cheaper. And if I would have used that contact paper from the jump, it would have cost $40 to cover my entire kitchen counters. But you live and you learn. So I'm going to let you guys continue watching the video, the time lapse, enjoying the time lapse, and I will come back when I feel the video needs further explanation. Oh yeah, and this paper is flame resistant and water resistant.
Gotta hop on top the bag and get it. She call me cause her main nigga don't beat it. It'll be something like a pass a bitch. All a nigga do is snip for the check. Open them out, put the dick in the neck. Blue rags, bitches gripping the set. I been trapping, gotta get it with that. Bitch, I'm rich, I can't be living in debt. She won't be my bitch, I can't fuck with the pet. My best friend end up giving me set in the Tahoe when I jumped off the jet. I just been ballin' out every season. Know it's some niggas I left in the police. I just been married to double cup. I gotta pull me a 4 inside another liter. Time to pass and then run it up. I gotta put the new bills inside of the freezer. Back at the trap, I was ducking them people, ducking the birds, sending out them eagles. All of my diamonds gon' bust out the meter. I'm dripping water, nigga, I go feed them. Then that bitch cabin if she think I need her. Hit her one time and then I gotta leave her. I'm a real street nigga, gotta keep it a rap with my people. Turn a whole squad to bosses. I can't be kicking shit like I'm Adidas.
Alright, you guys, so I already finished this area over here. That spice rack isn't gonna stay there. I literally just took a break and built it. It's gonna go like either on that corner or like right over the stove. I'm not sure yet, but this is what everything is looking like. Honestly, on camera it just looks a tad bit better because you can't see some of like the wrinkles, like okay, like right here and right here and like right here. I'm still working on getting like some of the air bubbles out. Honestly, this shit is hard as hell. Takes a lot of patience. I need to fix this corner a little bit more, but for somebody who's not cooking in here, they'll be standing from back here and it looks pretty okay. Now this corner over here, I already did some of the hardest part, which was like this and this section right here and that. So now all I have to do is just measure this square area and then I can put another piece right here. And honestly, I'm just gonna leave, like, don't mind everything that you see over here. I'm just moving in, guys. I'm cleaning and all that extra stuff. But I'm probably gonna leave that corner to my boyfriend because I just don't got the patience for it. All right, you guys. So this was the next day when I just decided to come back to this with a different method. Both me and my boyfriend got super frustrated with the other paper and completely wasted it. So this was the better paper to work with. As you see, it's just so easy. Okay, so let me tell you guys the tips and tricks. So if you spray a little bit of Windex down in your starting area, you will have an easier time when it comes to placing the contact paper down. You can place it exactly where you want it at. And if you use the squeegee for, windows or whatever from Dollar Tree, you can smooth out a large piece at once, and you won't have as many air bubbles and places to work with. Now, what you see us doing right here is trying to get the contact paper to have, as less creases as possible. So basically the bar is kind of like curved or whatever. So what we had to end up doing was cutting small slots or slits or whatever. Every so often, and sticking that down. I'm having a really hard time explaining this. But yeah, we did that. We did what you see us doing here so that the edge of the bar can look as smooth as possible. So if you have something that is curved, cut a few slits and, wrap it like you would a present. Now, another trick that you can use is the blow dryer or a heat gun if you have one, and that will like make everything stick on the other end like super easily and make everything nice and tight. And if you have any like nails or something, you can just poke a small hole in the air bubbles and literally smooth it out, and you won't even be able to see the hole. So here is the final look, you guys. That is link 1's marble paper, which honestly it's a very, very good material. It's just super, super hard to work with. And then the other side of the counter and the bar is all link 2. And that was super easy to work with, but you do have to match the paper up so that you can, get it to fit your whole counter space. So this is what it looks like when you put the paper side by side to make it pretty much match or pretty much fit your whole counter space. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Make sure you check out part 3 so that you can see how we are going to redo these cabinets.
Niggas no, no. Trust niggas no, no. Trust niggas no, no. You don't trust niggas no, no. You don't trust niggas no, no. Trust niggas no, no.